Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Look here, in this episode, I'm going to talk about this brother that I'm real cool with, G Money. You know what I'm saying? We kick it, right? And he's out. He's out. And I was talking to him the other day, just kicking it with him about how life was and how things were going and all this and that, right? And he said everything was pretty good, but he was telling me about, you know what I'm saying? He knows I got the podcast and stuff. So he was telling me about a situation that happened, man, when we were back in the day up in Morgan County about this peon that had gotten out, you know what I'm saying, and started dating his sister, you know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you that story, right? You know what I'm saying? Folks' sister, she liked them guys, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, cut from a certain cloth, come out of the penitentiary. She liked guys that have been in the penitentiary or in the penitentiary. She'll date you if you're in the penitentiary, then to get out of the penitentiary. She liked that type of dude, right? So I'm going to be talking about this show, you know what I'm saying? Folks' sister like guys, you know what I'm saying, in the penitentiary, right? So sit back, y'all. This is a funny one, I think, but it's got a serious side too. You know what I'm saying? So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, y'all. All right, check this out, y'all. Years ago, right, I was at another facility, you know what I'm saying, doing time like I was doing. I was in rotation then, right? When I say I'm in rotation, that means I was repping. You know what I'm saying? I was the 9 on the compound. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much called the shots. You know what I'm saying? Me and the guys that was, you know what I'm saying, subordinate to me, you know. But anyway, one day, first of all, let me tell you about this brother. This brother named G Money. Young brother, cool as a fan, you know what I'm saying? He was an OSM. He had no position of authority, but he was just a cool brother to kick it with and work out with. And me and him got kind of cool. You know, he would talk about different things to me and so on and so forth, right? And one of the topics that used to always come up, you know what I'm saying, was his sister. He just was just frustrated that his sister, she liked messing with dudes that was in the penitentiary. She liked messing with dudes like that, right? So she was ended up one time, you know, dating this dude, right? And while he was in the penitentiary or whatnot, the case may be. And he ended up getting out. He ended up getting out of the penitentiary. Now, when he got out of the penitentiary, uh, G Money, he didn't know what was going on. He did not know what was going on. But while we were in the penitentiary together, this dude, he was getting his money. You know, selling a little weed here and there, whatever. Nothing major at all. He come from the streets as somebody that was getting money. He was selling weed and all of that, but he wasn't doing anything major. I'm still a little sick, y'all. I'm trying to push through, right? So bear with me a little bit. He wasn't doing anything major. He sold a little weed here and there just to keep his, you know what I'm saying, his money straight and whatnot. But he really wasn't trying to make no noise because, like I said, he was a peon. If he get too big, you know what I'm saying, you know what it is. Brother, them gonna take it from him, or the Crips gonna take it, the Bloods gonna take it, Vice Lord's gonna take it. Somebody gonna take it from him. So he made enough money to stay under the radar. You know what I mean? But that was a lot of people did that. So this particular brother, like I said, one day we was up on the ball field. Now, folks knew him. They knew he kept a little weed, and they wanted to buy some from him. But like I said, he was real shaky. I'm talking about shaky as a box of craps, right? So folks near him up under the weight pile one day, they approached him and said, "Man, you got any weed, man? Can we get some from you?" And at first he was like, "Yeah, what y'all looking for?" You know what I'm saying? And this brother said this amount, this brother said that amount, and all this and that, right? But then nobody come out with no money. You know, back then you might have some green money, you know, paid money order, whatever the case may be, and all this and that, right? But then nobody say what they were gonna pay with. They all said what they wanted. So he reached in his pocket and he thought about it. He thought better about it. And then he said, let me holler back at y'all, right? So he started to walk away. That's like, no, I said, what you got? Go on and break us off. We'll holler at you later. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying about paying for it or whatnot. We ain't good for it. You trying to say we ain't gonna pay for it? So now it's like 4 of them. They started walking towards him, and he's not stupid. So this brother, he strike out running. At first, they start running behind him and stuff like that, and then they stop. They're not finna chase him down because they see me right there. And then the rest of the guys that got POAs, they see us, so they know they can't really go do nothing. We're not finna stand by and watch folks and them go rob somebody. That's just not how we get down. Anyway, not in the open anyway. Let me put it that way. So at the end of the day, this brother done struck out running. They catch him later on and trying to buy something from him. Now the story has changed. He ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got no more this, and that. So that really just rubbed brother them real sour. So from that day forward, they start plotting. They gonna get him. Now we know how this go. They gonna get him, but they ain't gonna get him in front of us. That's just the bottom line. We know how this go. But my COS, he warns him. He said, man, don't y'all go mess with that boy. Leave him alone. If you got something, buy it. If you can't buy it, leave him alone. That's just paying lip service. He's just talking. Because at the end of the day, if it goes down, when it goes down, we're more than likely not going to even hear about it until it's after it's done. And we really can't believe what everybody's saying unless one of the guys bring it to us. We're just going to walk on past it and keep it moving, right? Even though we probably know it was true that they robbed him, right? So anyway, the peon dude, he get him a little weed, and everybody know now because folks didn't watch it. They see the moves. They see him selling over here, selling over there. Like I said, he ain't making that much noise. So they peep the move. Now they step into him. Look, man, let me get some. Then he said, man, I ain't got nothing. Then they said, nah, we just seen you though. He said, nah, I just sold everything I had. They said, well, empty your pockets then. So he pulled his pockets inside out. He ain't got nothing. So apparently he had just bought down enough to do what he was intended to do. He's not stupid. So Brudnam, as the story came to us anyway, Brudnam snatched him up. Taking over. See, behind the up in Morgan County, they got these bleachers, these concrete bleachers that stand about 8 feet tall, right, at the softball field. So they take them behind the bleachers, and usually when you go behind the bleachers, that's where everybody gonna go. You know, if you outside on the rec yard anyway, you go get your one. You feel what I'm saying, 1-on-1, or you go over, you know what I'm saying, a group and just slap somebody around. You can get away with it usually. You know what I'm saying, depending on where the officer is. This is before they put cameras everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Now they got cameras everywhere. You ain't gonna be able to do it up there like that no more. But anyway. They take him behind the bleachers, as the story came to us, slap him around a little bit. Now, they tell him when we get back to the unit, he lives in a different unit than all but one of those brothers, as the story came to us. So when they tell him when you get back to the unit, you need to drop that off. So bro walks back to the unit with him, and he's trying to tell bro, look, I ain't got nothing. Why y'all doing this to me? You know what I'm saying? So bro ain't trying to hear. He likes to smoke too. So they get back to the unit, get the weed. Bro come back out. He break G Money and the rest of the brothers off. You feel what I'm saying? As the story came to us. So after that happens, we hear about it. Dude checks in. And like I say, PC in the penitentiary, that's where you go for protective custody. That's what we call checking in. You know what I'm saying? So he does that. And then the next thing you know, he's out of prison. He gets out of prison. G Money's still in prison doing some time. Now, he's not from the same hometown as G Money. I'm not going to say the name of the town. You feel what I'm saying? He's not from the same hometown as G Money, but for some reason, he moved there, trying to get away from the area that he grew up in and caught his cases in. He went to a halfway house in the area where G Money's from. And now he's in the town. He's working at the halfway house. Plus, you know, he's hustling on the side too, right? He's working for the halfway house. They got jobs when you go to these halfway houses. So he's hustling on the side a little bit. And lo and behold, guess who he meets? He remembers seeing her in the VG coming to see G Money. He sees her, according to G Money giving me the story. He sees her at some restaurant, goes up to speak to her, introduces himself, and so on and so forth. And that's her type of dude. Now, you know, at this time when he's out, you know what I'm saying, he got the golds in his mouth. You know, he dressed kind of fly, as they say, and all of these types of things, right? So, and he already one step up, you know what I'm saying, ahead in the game because she likes that type of dude. Right? So at the end of the day, she gives him her phone number. He called her. They talking. Next thing you know, they're an item. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Here we go now, y'all. G Money gets out of prison. He's out of prison, you know what I'm saying, for a while. At first, he had to go to a halfway house. So he had to do a little 90 days in the halfway house before he could really start moving around. You know, he could move around before that, but he would always have to be back at the halfway house before the sun went down. So he really didn't even get to meet dude like that. And she really just, you know what I'm saying, wasn't telling him about him and all this and that. And the dude, I don't know why, according to G Money anyway, the dude never said anything to her about knowing G Money. You feel what I'm saying? But remember, he remembered her from the VG, so he knows who her brother is, or he had forgotten and just remembered her face. Either way, G Money never came up between her and him to the extent that, you know, it concerned him and he would say something to her. And she never told him, you know what I'm saying, about her brother that's being locked up because she know G Money don't like her messing with none of them dudes that's in the penitentiary. You feel what I'm saying? Even though he cut from that type of cloth. He know what's going on, right? And she don't want to talk about it, so she don't bring him up. So it won't be no trouble. So, but her and dude been seeing each other for quite a few months before G Money finally meets him. Well, sees him, rather. They happen to be at a grocery store, he said. And he's like, man, they walking down the aisle, pushing the cart. And G Money telling me the story right when I was talking to him on the phone the other day. He said, man, they walking down the aisle, pushing the cart like they married and stuff like that. He said, when I seen the dude, he said, I was looking at him and I peeping. And he looked at me and I looked at him. We recognized each other, right? And then he said, I see my sister walking beside him. She got her arm. She got her arm through his arm. They walking like they really together. So he walked up on him and he was like, what's going on with this? You know what I'm saying? And then his sister introduces him to G Money. And G Money, like, he know me. And then his sister looks at him and say, you know my brother? And he was like, yeah, we was at Morgan County together. So now they looking at each other and G Money giving him that look. You know how the folks get sometimes when they give you that gangster look. You know what I'm saying? That snarl. You know what I'm saying? He's looking at him like, sucker, what you doing with my sister? He didn't even say it. He just gave him that look. You know what I'm saying? And he said, dude, reached out, tried to give him some dap. He just stood there and didn't even look. And then she said, don't start that. His sister chimed in and said, don't start that. Then she said, I'll see you later. Let's go, baby. So they pushed on and on. And then G Money looked at, he said, man, let me holler at you, man, real fast. So he break off from G Money's sister. His sister take the cart on up to the checkout. She finna check out, you know what I'm saying, and pay for the stuff and be ready to go on to the car, right? So G Money talking to dude in the aisle, and this is what G Money told me. He told him, he said, look here, man, my sister know you a sucker. And dude said, man, let's leave that in the penitentiary, man. What happened in the penitentiary, stay in the penitentiary. So G Money tell him, no, that ain't how I get out, man. You a check-in, man. You a coward. You can't protect my sister if something go on out here in the street. He said, man, I ain't into all that no more. Excuse me, y'all. He said, I ain't into all that no more. G Money said, it don't matter, man. He said, man, that's over with right there, man. You need to go tell my sister that's over with, man. I'm going to tell her what kind of dude you is. She don't mess with dudes like you, man. So you better go tell her something. You feel what I'm saying? G Money leaving. He walked past his sister. He said, I'll holler at you later on, sis. He gone out and get in the car. He said he's sitting in the car. He wait because he's expecting dude to say something right then. He said he's sitting in the car. He watched his sister and dude. They put the bags of groceries in the car, get in the car, and drive out. So now he pissed. So he said he pick up his phone. He sent a text message to his sister, and he tell his sister, you know you got a sucker, don't you? And then she hit him back and said, look, leave me alone, boy. Then he hit her back and tell her, he said, look here, dude, a check-in. He knew that was going to piss his sister off because his sister like hard dudes, street dudes, right? You know what I'm saying? She like the street dude that know how to look the part and all that, dress nice and act nice, but when it come down to taking care of the business, he going to take care of the business, he going to get his money. She think that's what she's got with dude. That ain't what she got. So she hit him back, said, what you talking about? And then he said, ask him. Ask him, and if he don't tell you, I'll tell you. She hit him back, called him. She said, no, you tell me. So she put the phone, he tell her, put the phone down and put it on speakerphone. He put the phone on speakerphone, and he said, can you hear me, boy? Dude don't say nothing. Now she looking at him, you know what I'm saying, like he crazy. The dude ain't saying nothing. He said, well, I'm going to tell you, sis. We was up there, we took some weed from the boy. You know what I'm saying? He had some weed. He acted like he didn't want to sell us no weed. So he said, me and folks, then we put the pressure down on him. He came up off the weed, and then he checked in. And she said, did you check in when you was in the penitentiary? Dude don't say nothing. He just sitting there silent, quiet. He said, I don't know why you listen to him. And then he hit the phone and hung the phone up on G Money. You right? So look here. G Money falling behind him. He ain't that far. So his sister don't even look. She don't even think about it. She pulls over. When she pulls over, G Money pull over behind her. Right? His sister get out of the car. He get out of the car. Now traffic is going up and down this road, right? So G Money go around to the passenger side, pull him up out the car. Tell his sister, go head on. He gonna ride with me. So he tell the dude, get in the car, man. Get in the car. So dude don't get in the car. G Money said, man, get in the car. I'm going to pull off, man. But either way, I'm finna deal with you, man. I'm finna deal with you one way or the other. Get in the car. If you don't get in the car, I'm going to catch up with you later. I'm going to deal with you. That's just that on that. He don't get in the car. G Money pull on off, right? He go holler at folks and them, tell folks and them what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? Folks and them on the streets like, look, that's penitentiary. Y'all, you should have dealt with that in there, right? We ain't got nothing to do with that out here. They ain't want that drama out there like it. They trying to get money. G Money still got that penitentiary mindset like he gonna go tell folks and they gonna ride down on him. They ain't on that. He learned himself. They ain't on that. He should have took care of himself if he wanted to, right? So anyway, it done spooked dude so bad, he done went back to the halfway house, packed his stuff, and he finna get on down. Then when he get on down, you know what I'm saying, G Money, he been looking for him for a few days. He don't find him. Now he can't find him. So he trying to figure out where is he at. So he go by the halfway house. He find out dude done moved out. He passed his 90 days. And once you get past your 90 days, you can leave the halfway house. You see what I'm saying? And go on your way. But as long as they get paid, they're cool. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, he found out dude left. They couldn't tell him where he went or anything like that, right? So when G Money was telling me that, I said, well, what do you do? What are you going to do about it now? He said, man, I ain't finna do nothing about it now. Dude gone. He said, I ain't going to worry about it now. He said, but I'm just sick and tired of my sister, man. She always choosing up on these crazy dudes, right? So now keep in mind now, you know, he know about my podcast. He knows what I'm on now. He know I'm not in rotation. So I said, you sound like the same type of dude that she will be attracted to. I said, so you tripping with your sister about the type of dude that she's attracted to, but you still out there acting out like you with the mess. I said, so you're going to have to be a better example to your sister if you want your sister to stop messing with dudes like that. You sending your sister mixed messages. Evidently, your sister looks up to you. She has to, because she's trying to find a man like you. I said, what's your pops like? Was your pops in your life? He's like, nah, he really wasn't around. So your sister, even though she's older than you, she looks at you as the male figure in the house. And you all out in the streets and this and that. So that's the type of dude she ended up gravitating towards. I said, you're going to have to change it up. Or you're going to always have this problem. And I said, even if you change it, she might still do what she does. You feel what I'm saying? She might like who she likes. But at the end of the day, stop being mad at your sister for choosing up on a guy that lives the same lifestyle that you're living if you're going to continue to live that lifestyle. If you think that your sister deserves better than that, then you have to understand that you deserve better than that. And now me and G Money on the phone, he said, man, I don't even know why I talked to you, man. He said, I don't want to hear that. He said, but you're right. You're right. He said, I'm going to work on that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just wanted to drop that on you, right? Because I know I took a turn on you in the story, but basically what I'm saying is this. The people in your life that love you, the people in your life that look up to you, they see you as an example. And if you don't want them doing things that you disapprove of them doing, then most definitely don't do those things yourself. How about that? Don't do those things yourself. You feel me? I just wanted to drop that on y'all real quick, right? This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host. Well, hold up. Wait a minute. Before I go, I want to tell you about the new book, Rivals, is coming out. It's available on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. I've been pushing it every day. My goal, y'all, is to get 100 sales a month of this book. Appreciate y'all that have already bought it. But for those of you that have not bought it, go check that book out. It's about a father and son that are in opposite gangs and the ideology of the gangs that they belong to. It teaches them to hate each other, teaches them to want to hurt each other. And I want to bring that to light in a way that I want to say entertaining, because I want the story to be something that you'll read because it's a true story. But I also want you to get the real life lessons that are in it. generational gang violence is real and it's destroying our people. You know what I'm saying? From the inside out. We got enough obstacles to face without putting them up ourselves. And I would hope that you would go check this book out. Please, please, please go to Amazon.com, to the bookstore, type in Rivals, type in Joe Thomas Baker Jr. or the third. Both of us are on the cover. And you will not be disappointed in this book, right? Please, it's just $20. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. And I say peace, y'all.